Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages or the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come through and what messages come out with the cards. So the first card we have is the Ace of Cups. We do have some water sign energy with this. You could be dealing with another Cancer, Pisces, or even a Scorpio. And we have the Eight of Pentacles showing up in the reverse and the Six of Pentacles also showing up in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. So this Page of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a loving energy. I also feel like it is a pretty sweet way of looking at things and looking at someone. I do feel like there is a sense of some romanticism as far as the ways in which somebody's looking at you, looking at your situation. This does feel like an energy of actually having some feelings and being in a space of actually exploring those and those being in those initial phases. I do feel like you could be dealing with somebody younger than you. I do also feel like with this way in which this person is handling things, there's a sense of kind of being very, it's like they may be a little bit inexperienced with how to approach a situation, and it could show in the way in which they're approaching you, or even just the way in which the situation is developing because of that. So I do feel like there are feelings there. I also even feel like there's a sense of somebody developing a crush or an infatuation with this Page of Cups, but there is a sense of actually looking at you through this romantic vision. With this Ace of Cups showing up over here, this feels like an offer. I do feel like this person's feelings and emotions are involved, and it is something that has a hold on them to some extent. I do feel like they feel quite connected to you. I do also feel like when it comes to the way they feel about you or the way that you make them feel, there is this feeling like there is a connection, and I feel like it could be an emotional connection. It does feel like it is one that goes quite deep. It could even be one of a deep friendship, but there's a lot to that feeling that this person gets from your connection. It's like having a spiritual connection with someone, or being quite connected to them in a way that maybe makes this person feel connected. It's like there's something that is also tying them to you in a way that they can't look away. I do feel like this Ace of Cups is also a new beginning. This person may be trying to make an offer to you, they want to be able to enter into that with you. But I do also feel like this connection is going into a new chapter, a renewal, or a new beginning, a new start. And I do feel like it's quite loving in nature. I also feel like it's deeper. It does feel like there is a lot more to it. And I also feel like there could be a lot more intimacy, is what I'm getting. But with this Eight of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where it's like you're not giving a lot to this connection. I do feel like there's a sense of also being a little bit, you could be not putting in too much focus towards it because there's some other thing that has your attention at this time. With the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a realization that something is going to require more than what you can give. And I do feel like that could also be something that's kind of getting in the way right now. It could even be work, or it could even be studies. That is something that also has someone's attention right now. And it's kind of getting in the way of being able to really fully go in with this connection. I do feel like, though, it is in the beginning stages. So this does feel like a sense of perhaps being in a space where it's like something is happening at an inconvenient time. So I do feel like it's like you are focused on something else. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles, though, this does feel like a realization that the connection is going to require more than what you can give it. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Four of Pentacles. It is in the reverse. We have the Sun card. And we have the King of Wands. It's in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So the Emperor card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who's used to being in control or having a sense of control over things. And I do feel like this is a very authoritative type of a person, or somebody who could be in a position of power and is used to being in control of a lot of things and even having a lot of responsibilities. This does feel like a person who wants structure, stability, and also wants a certain way of having things done in order to maintain that. So I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up over here, there does feel like there is a need to be able to actually ground a lot of feelings in practicality. I do feel like in stability and in things that are going to allow for being able to have a solid foundation. I do feel like that's the focus, because with that page of cups shown up over here, this feels like a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, but I do feel like it's lacking of groundedness. I even feel that it could be dealing with somebody who is younger or somebody who's a little bit more immature. And with the Emperor card shown up over here, this does feel like a sense of wanting to actually reclaim order when it comes to a lot of that kind of emotions or that kind of energy. It feels like a lot of idealism. So with the Emperor card showing up over here, I do feel like there's a need for grounding things. With the Four of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, this feels like a little bit of a closed off energy. I do feel like there is a desire to be able to make you an offer. I do feel like though with this Four of Pentacles, this could also be a feeling of being a bit cautious. This person has a lot that they want to offer you, they want to be able to actually act upon, but there is something stopping them. I do feel like there's a feeling of being very cautious, or also trying to maintain that sense of being able to do things properly, or being able to ensure that they are doing the right thing and that it is something that they can actually show up for. But with the Sun card showing up over here, this feels like a happy energy. This is a happy energy, and I do feel like this is where you're at. I also feel like when it comes to this connection, it's not affecting you in a negative way. I even feel that it is something that you're happy with. It is affecting you in a happy way. I do feel like with the Sun card, this also feels like being in a good place. I do feel like as a result of some healing work, some inner work, and being in a good place with that. And I do feel like there is a sense of also being able to really focus a lot more on self and even being able to reclaim your happiness. And I do feel like that is something really working quite well for yourself right now. I do feel like with the Sun card, it's a very attractive energy, so it's also making you quite attractive as well. But with the King of Wands showing up in the reverse, this does feel like a sense of somebody kind of delaying action, also somebody's holding themselves back. They're not acting upon what they want to be able to do. It's not something, as far as their desires, it's like they're not acting upon that. I also feel like it's something that they are consciously stopping themselves from acting upon. This could have to do with timing as well, but I also feel like this also has to do with where this person is right now, especially with the Six of Pentacles showing up in the reverse. They're aware of what it's going to take for them to be able to actually have something with you. There's a sense of also feeling like they can't. It's like they're aware that there's something that is lacking, or there's something else that needs to be focused on or built up before they can act. I'm going to clarify these cards. We have forgiving and learning. We have let your friends help you. And we have this could be the one. So the forgiving and learning card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really being in a space where this person could be seeking your forgiveness on some level. I also feel like this person may also feel like they're not measuring up. Something isn't allowing for them to feel like they're balanced within this connection with you. And I do feel like with this forgiving and learning card showing up over here, this does feel like this person doing a lot of work on themselves. I also feel like you could be doing a lot of work on yourself, and I do feel like there's also a lot of progress being made within that for you. But with this forgiving and learning card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to actually heal the past in order to show up better in the present. I do feel like with the forgiving and learning card showing up over here, this does feel like it could be an apology also coming your way from this person. I also feel like there is a sense of a desire to be able to make to work through a situation and be able to heal it. And I do feel like there's an energy of kind of being a bit closed off. There could have been something that happened in the past to put this person in a position where they could be actually feeling a bit vulnerable, or they feel a little bit more closed off. I do feel like with this forgiving and learning card showing up over here, this does feel like information that you could be learning about this person and about where they are. I do feel like this person has a lot of strong feelings towards you, which is why I do feel like when it comes to getting their emotions hurt, it is something that does actually make a strong impact. But I do feel like with this forgiving and learning card, this also feels like an energy of being able to move forward and being able to work something out. And I do feel like there's something that's connecting you with this person. There's also something that's connecting this person to you. I do feel like this person won't walk away from you. They won't abandon what they have with you. I do feel like with this let your friends help you card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where I do feel like you could be connecting with a lot of friends. I also feel like this also could be a connection where the friendship side of things is something quite good and quite strong. I do feel like there is also a very supportive energy over here with this let your friends help you, and with the sun card showing up over here. This does feel like being able to experience happy times and even sharing in good memories and moments with people that mean the most to you and that you mean the most to. And I do feel like there's an energy of being able to actually enjoy the platonic side of things. And I do feel like also gaining a lot out of it. And there's a strong, even deep emotional connection that can also be fostered through a friendship. But with this could be the one, I do feel like there is a sense of being in a space where somebody may feel like they are losing you, or there may be a sense of wanting to be able to prove something to you, because they do view you as the one. But I do feel like there's an energy of feeling like there's something imbalanced over here. And I do feel like this could be the one. You could feel like there's a missed opportunity over here, but they don't want that. I do feel like with this could be the one that this person has thought long term. And I do feel like it's something that they want to have with you, despite any of the circumstances or any of these other barriers. And I do feel like with this could be the one that there's a sense of being able to enter into a connection with somebody. And I do feel like there's a lot of work in progress, but I do feel like it's the kind of work in progress that can go very far, especially with that Page of Cups. This does feel like being able to have a sense of starting from humble starts, and actually having something that has a lot of promise. And I do feel like it does go quite far. I also feel like emotionally, that connection is one that does go quite deep. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.